Hello, my name is Tatina Muranghlanga. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not old but a good, thank you so much for coming back. So today I'm playing with the new stuff. I'm trying this a new foundation by Natasha Denona. For the first time on camera, I haven't used it. This is my first time using it. So yeah, it's a matte foundation. It's called Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation, and I'm in the shade 86Y dark yellow, and I think I'm in the wrong shade undertone, and I think I'll need to get the right tone for this foundation, but it's a matte foundation. And also I've used Pat McGrath poreless, no, weightless full coverage high performance runaway tested mother approved. This is in the shade 23 medium, and I think it's a bit too dark for me. It's actually my actual shade in my foundation, so I think I need about in the shade 18. And I've used my NYX jumbo eye pencil for my waterline, and also I've used the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Novina Pallet collection, the purple one. And yeah, I've just used 3 shades to come up with this look. If you like what you see, guys, continue watching, and I shall see you on my next video. If you got willing, don't forget to subscribe, share, comment down below, and bye. So hello guys, we just finished prepping our eyes. We are going with Novina Palette Volume 1, and we're going to go with E1, D5, E5 and E2. And we're going to make sure that we put our eyeshadow down. So I'm starting in with E5, and I'm just putting into my outer corner V, and I'm just dragging that into my crease a bit. And as you can see, the shadow is actually prepping itself very well. So I went in with a small brush just to pack that color on until I'm satisfied with the pigment. And I'm going in with D5 just to smoke that outer V, and just need some bit of smokiness into my outer V. And yeah, I'm just blending that in, and I'm going in with my P. Louise eyeshadow base, Aroma 5, just tiny bit, just to put on my inner third or 3/4 inner third, or half of the eye. Half of the eye. And we're going to put E2 into our and onto the lid, and we're just going to pack that color on. And I'm using a fluffy brush to pack that color on and make sure that it's nice and blended as well. So as I'm packing in, I'm blending it as well. So between the D5 and E2, I'm putting in the E5 in between that color, so that there's no harsh lines in between those two colors. So I'm using my ring finger to pack that E2 onto the eyelid, just to make sure that I get the most color payoff of the color on the lid. And I'm just blending that with the brush, and I'm just repeating the process over and over again, the steps over and over again on the colors, just to make sure that I get the pigment that I'm satisfied with. So that's what you can see me doing, guys. And it's always, and I'm going to put the D5 on my lash line, just to hide the band of the eyelashes, but it wasn't dark enough, so I went in with my Maybelline eyeliner, and I'm just moving my eyelashes out of the way, because I cannot do anything with those eyelashes. They're so curled up. And yeah, so I'm just trying to put that on and to make sure that it's nice and dark to my liking. After that, I'm going to put a black shadow, which is D5, on top of the eyeliner by Maybelline. This will make sure that everything stays matte. We don't want any shimmers, as we're not doing any shimmer today on the lid. So yeah, just packing everything, just make sure that everything is on to the way I like it. That's what we are doing there. It's just the repetition, guys, of what we've been doing, and just make sure that everything is blended and is seamless, no harsh lines. That's the most important thing, otherwise it all look quick. So so we're just putting now with a small detailed brush, I'm putting E5 just to mimic like I'm having a cut crease, just to make sure that everything is blended, everything's seamless, everything just falls into each other, so that everything looks blended basically. So that's what we're doing, guys. Yeah. So after this, I will clean up my under eyes and I'll finish the eye off camera, and then I'm back. So I've got my primer to prep my face. This is my Ola Henriksen banana primer. This is a nice glowy primer, so I always like to use this kind of base primer as well, especially when I've got a matte foundation that I'm going to use. This will make sure that I'm not going to dry up my skin so much. And I'm using this new foundation by Natasha Denona. I just wanted to try her line to see how her liquids perform, but I got a wrong color shade for my skin. It's the right shade, but it is the wrong undertone, because the undertone is yellow and I'm quite golden warm undertone. So we'll try to make it work, guys. So yeah, it looks a bit off, but it will all come together after I've done my highlighting and my contouring. So I'm using this elf sponge today. Normally I use brushes, but I always switch in between. Whatever it is my preference on that day, I'll just use that. So I'm just using that sponge. It is so amazing that I always use that sponge. I've got even backups just in case this one breaks. That's how much I love this sponge. It does the job, and why not, rather than getting a beauty blender that's gonna cost you almost 17 pounds, 20 pounds for a beauty blender, and yet you can get this one for £5 and it does the job to what the same finishing you can get with the beauty blender. So I'm going in with my Pat McGrath concealer. This is in the shade 23, and it is very dark for my under eyes. As you know me, as you've been on my channel, or even if you're new, I like my under eyes highlighted bright. So yeah, just blending that out and make sure that everything is blended. So I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way sculpting concealer, and I'm just going to put the inner portion of my under eyes. I'm just going to put it there to make sure that I'm highlighted enough, and just blend that one out. And yeah, and I'm moving my nose out of the way, guys, to make sure that nothing is not blended. Oh good Lord. Yeah, so I am blending everything in, and yeah, I'll go in after this blend. Oh my God, I'm just hitting my face. Yeah, so I'll just go in after this with my NARS. You know, I love to contour with my NARS foundation, and I'm just putting that on my lower, on just below my cheeks, and just put my contour there, and I'm just going to blend that out and make sure that everything is blended. I'm just using the stippling brush for this. This is just to help to put the color down where I want it before I can go in with my Morphe brush to contour and blend everything in. So I'm just finishing the blending now, guys. Just make sure everything is blended, no harsh lines. Yeah, just back and forth, make sure there's no harsh lines. And yeah, just contouring my nose and make sure. So yeah, back and forth, back and forth. So now I'm going in with my Pat McGrath, and I'm in the shade number 3 deep. So I'm just putting that under my contour and just make sure that it's a bit highlighted. And I'm going with my elf sheer tint powder, and I'm just putting that under my eyes. This has replaced my Charlotte Tilbury, guys. This is a good powder. It's an amazing powder for £5. And I'm going in with my MAC Studio Fix contour palette, face palette. So I'm just taking that contour palette, contour shade, and put it where my liquid contour is. And I'm just making sure that everything is put in place. There's no liquid shimmering. And yeah, I'm just going with my NYX jumbo pencil in the shade Milk. So I'm just put that in my waterline, and as you can see, my left eye is a sensitive eye. It is so difficult to do my waterline that side. So it takes me a while, guys. Is there anyone who's got one eye that is sensitive than the other? I am. So yeah, I'm just putting that, and I'm setting that with the white eyeshadow from the same palette, and just make sure that it lasts longer and stays put. It will not move. It seems to work for me. After that, I'm just gonna put the shadows that we've put on the lid just underneath, just really like doing the reverse, really, from what we've done from on the top. So we just make sure everything is put in and everything is blended as well on the lower lash line, because you don't want any harsh lines either down there. So that's what I'm just doing. And I make faces, guys. I pull my face off in all kind of direction when I'm doing this part. Just I think I'll be trying to pull the skin, the excess skin away from where I'm trying to put the product in, because it seems like I can't just go without making any face. I can't just do anything. So I'm just putting my inner dots, and I can't remember the shade I used for that one, guys, so my apologies. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, this is my final look, and I'm loving the outcome. It's very nice, and I'm liking the hot orange pink. Looks orangey pinkish. Yeah, this is my final look.